3, 2, 1. Hi there, ni hao. My name is Michael Jordan. No, not that Michael Jordan. I'm a global communications consultant based here in Beijing. In the world today, we're swimming in a sea of brands. And I'm not just talking about the kind of brands that we're shopping and buying day after day. I'm talking about those that in our workplace we're selling. We're selling products, services, ideas. Sometimes we're selling ourselves, whether it's to find an employer or clients or investors or donors, what have you. And for those of you who actually want to expand your business, expand your operations internationally, you're going to come across foreigners. And with that, immediately, you're involving yourself in cross-cultural communications. Now, for many of you, this may be a bit scary, a bit intimidating, maybe even mystifying, a mystery as to how to do this well. You may tell yourself, I'm not a communications consultant. I'm not even particularly good at communications. But I'm here to tell you in this short video that actually this sort of global communications, cross-cultural communications can be learned. I'd like to share a few of my skills and strategies with you. I know that today in Shanghai, you're discussing all sorts of cross-cultural communications related topics, and I'm sorry I can't be with you, but duty calls here. But that said, over the next few minutes, I'd like to share some of my core skills and strategies, which I call the MJ method, my skills and strategies for global communication. But for you, for the first time, I'm applying them to cross-cultural communications, okay? And specifically, I want to share 3 skills with you today. First of all, a psychological approach to how to communicate effectively with foreigners. Secondly, then how to apply that to all your business dealings with foreigners. And third, how to use some of these skills to build your own brand, to advance your own reputation, and to achieve your own objectives. Now, just a quick note, I'm shooting this video here in my apartment with the help of a friend, so please forgive any imperfections about the video itself. You see, I'm doing it as professionally as I can, yet still a bit amateurishly. Anyway, to begin with, cross-cultural communications, also known as CQ or cultural quotient, I see as at the heart of this, of the body, at the heart of it is EQ or emotional quotient. And what that means to me is empathy. Imagine yourself in the shoes of the person with whom you're communicating, in the shoes of that audience member. And to me, EQ is sometimes more important than even IQ on a daily human basis in terms of your daily interactions. Let me explain a bit more as to why empathy, I believe, is so important to your cross-cultural communications. I've created this graphic in terms of a psychological strategy. I call it the intersection of self-interest. And whenever I'm about to meet someone, to write something or to say something, I always think through strategically. We all have our own self-interest. Our self-interest could be to sell something, to promote something, to build something, to achieve some goal. But what we should also consider is that whomever we meet also has their own self-interest, their self-interest. It may be financial self-interest, political self-interest, organizational, reputational, ideological, a wide range of possible self-interest they themselves may have. Or ultimately, it may also be about their ego. And let me explain what I mean. That since there's this intersection, our interest and their interests, the question is how to hit your target, how to effectively and persuasively hit that target. And in terms of recognizing that they have their own interests, for me, if I meet you at some business gathering, or even some dinner or some casual meeting, for me, it won't matter how good your English is. Some of you may be very concerned about my English isn't very good, or I don't know this person very well. You may be very nervous, sweating, stuttering. Hi, my name is, okay? I want to tell you that none of these things truly matter, okay? What I think matters more is that you go in there with this smart strategic approach, that you also, when you meet someone, the first thing they're going to do is they're going to be looking into your eyes, judging your sincerity. We all understandably, are a bit suspicious when we meet strangers. It requires, first of all, some courage on our part to go up to strangers, but then we also need to build trust. And how to build trust is immediately, I'll be looking into your eyes, you're looking into my eyes. How sincere are you? How genuinely curious are you to ask me questions about myself, my thoughts, my feelings, my experiences, my life, that sort of thing. And then to have a deeper and more meaningful conversation, it's also about reciprocity, give and take. It's not just you asking questions, but also then you being willing to share some of your deeper thoughts and feelings, ideas, opinions, that sort of thing. All of these then are keys to more effective, more persuasive, convincing cross-cultural communications, okay? Now, now how to apply this human psychological approach to your business interactions on a daily basis, especially with foreigners. My 4-step formula. I've already talked about who exactly is my audience, but also why are they my audience? Why would they listen to your words? Why would they find it interesting? What can they gain from it? How can they benefit? Why should they pay attention? Why should they care? Who is my audience? Then the second step, what? What do I want to say? What argument do you want to make? What point do you want to make? What message do you want to deliver to that person? Thinking very clearly, 1, 2, 3 points or arguments. But then, this is the more difficult question to answer. Why exactly do you want to say that? Why exactly do you want to make that point or that argument? Why exactly that message do you want to deliver directly to their brain, to their heart, to have impact on them? And fourth, lastly, how do you want to say it? How do you want to make your point, your argument, or to deliver your message? With what facts, details, evidence, stories, photos, graphics, a whole range of potential elements for how you want to effectively hit that target and to achieve your objectives, okay? Now, this third point about why exactly do you want to say that? Again, this is very difficult critical thinking to come up with a winning argument. So I've come up with a 1-sentence filter, which I would want all of you to think through for your strategic communications, which is my audience, my target, would find what I have to say interesting or even persuasive, convincing, because why? Why do you think that audience should pay attention and be convinced by what you have to say? And you have to answer that because question. Why? Because make your argument to convince yourself and to justify your decision making. For example, even today with this video, I used you as an example. I was thinking through, I asked Ying Ying, who exactly is this video for? And she told me, there'll be many women, many professional women, a range of ages, range of experiences, range of English speaking abilities, range of international experiences. But all of you, as I understand it, also want to improve your skills. You also know that cross-cultural communications is important for you, your career, and to achieve your hopes and dreams. So then I was imagining, maybe you're also a bit fearful, a bit intimidated about how to do this. So then I was thinking through, what do I want to say? I want to share with you that there are certain skills, strategies for how to overcome these issues. I wanted to demystify. I wanted to remove the mystery behind effective cross-cultural communications. I want to simplify it for you within a few minutes that I have. I want to empower you, to arm you with certain skills for how to achieve a successful CCC, cross-cultural communications. I even want to inspire you, which is, please, at least try with some of these skills to try to do it, have enough courage to try, okay? So I was thinking through my strategy with you, even for this video. Lastly, how to use all these skills and strategies to build your own brand, okay? And again, these intersecting circles between us, your products, services, ideas, and then they, employers or partners or clients. And again, how to hit that target. Now, to build your brand and to convince any of these folks, okay, that you truly are as good as you say you are, you ultimately want to prove your comparative advantage, how you compare favorably compared with others, other competition, and also what your value added is. What value what you bring to these folks. And it's not enough to just give them empty words. You need to show them how to show, not tell. You need to provide concrete, credible evidence. So I even imagined that Ying Ying as an example. Ying Ying as an example that with this event she's hosting today, Ying Ying is emerging as one of China's most successful and effective cross-cultural communicators. But she can't just tell clients and partners, I'm good at what I do. From this event in Shanghai, I can only imagine that's going to be a great success. It would be in her interest to actually take photos, to write a story, maybe even shoot some videos, all as evidence. And then where would you want to put this? On a platform, a showcase. I'm curious to hear from you guys. Do any of you have your own websites? Okay, maybe a website, creating your own website may seem a bit intimidating, may seem a bit too much, but we all nowadays need our own platforms. So you should create one on Weibo, Weixin, LinkedIn. There are many different places where you can create your own platform to then start to show that evidence to convince your audience. Okay, so just to summarize, none of this is easy, but it's also not rocket science. Step by step, these things can be learned. You can improve these skills. It all starts with considering your audience, coming up with that strategic communications approach. Who's your audience and why? What do you want to say? Why do you want to say that? How do you want to say it? And then to provide that sort of concrete, believable, credible evidence to persuade your audience. So I thank you very much for your time and attention. If you'd like any more information about the method, about my skills and strategies, feel free to contact me. In the meantime, good luck with improving your cross-cultural communication skills. Thank you very much. 谢谢。